my review of Chuunibyou Demo Koi ga Shitai episode 5. So let's get into this. I have to say this was yet again another good episode. We get to see a little cute side, I guess, to Rika. Like, it's just like she seems more vulnerable. Like, it's very interesting. It's very interesting about Rika. So I mean, I'll get into that and her what was going on with her. And it was a solid good episode. A lot of funny moments in this. So, you know, I'll tell you my favorite moments of this episode as well. So let's get into this. Let me summarize it, because not really too much happened. Not too much happened within this episode, but nonetheless, like I said, it was very funny. So basically, Rika has to pass her exams. Otherwise, her group, you know, the Magic Circle, the Eastern Magic Society Club, the Far Eastern, so you know the club, you'll disband. Basically, you won't be able to keep it because you have to go into the class average. So basically, that's what she needs to meet, and that's the class average in her math, anyways. Because everything else is okay, but her math is horrible. And so through this whole episode, she's just struggling, trying to find other ways to not study to do this test, try to figure out find a different way to keep the group alive. Basically, that's what she was doing. Like, she asked for some community service, you know, to try to help out the school or something. And they're like, well, there is one thing you guys can do, and they start cleaning the pool. And so the problem is they didn't really clean the pool. They just they made a bunch of mess. They made a bunch of mess. It wasn't good. Well, they didn't do. It wasn't any cleaner than before. So yeah, but my favorite moment was right in that part right there where they had like this hose battle, freaking Dekimori and Nibutani, one of the hoses, and Dekimori has the other one. They're all like clashing, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's a blast!" It was stupid. It was stupid. And then freaking Rika pushed Dekimori, and Dekimori's like he's sliding, and he's like, "I can feel her power," and then freaking New Tommy's like, "I got dodge," and then barely run into each other. So that I don't know, that part right there was just I really cracked them off with that. I like that part. So as this all was going down, she was forced to basically study because, like I said, she has to go and set the class. She has to be within the class average, so she might have to score pretty high. And she sucks at math, but surprisingly, Dekimori doesn't suck at math. She's like really good at it, and they're not in the same even school or anything. Like, she's in junior high, and so she's just like, this is really easy math for me. and Rika is like, oh my god, and she just feels so bad because you can't, you know, you're her master and you can't even do that. You can't even do math. But I can understand her pain though, because I'm not that good at math either. So that crap just because, you know, frustrates you. And so basically, Rika ends up asking Togashi for some help, and so Togashi tries to teach her, and so she starts trying to play around, trying not to really study because she's like, I can't do it. I just suck at math. I don't know what to do. And so they end up taking a break, and then apparently Rika's sister, Toka, I think her name is Toka, yeah. She was late once again. It's like she's late, and she's usually late every day for some reason. And the thing is, Rika seems lonely, or she feels lonely, like not many people get her. And it's like that's where the vulnerable part came in. And I was like, oh, and it was weird. I was like, what's going on here? And she seems so like sad and stuff like that. And so then she ends up giving her email address to Togashi, and Togashi gives, you know, the same with their phones. And the thing is, Togashi's thing never changed. He forgot to change his email address before, you know, this whole thing, you know, when you're trying to get out this whole syndrome thing. And this thing is called Divine Exceed Freya Magna. And she's like, oh my god, that's so cool. And he's like, what's cool? And he's like, oh crap, I forgot to change it. I gotta change it. She's like, no, don't change it. Like, I want you to make me a email name like that too, something really, really cool. And he's like, I'm not really gonna do that. But then he ends up making a deal like, if you actually pass the exams, I'll give you a name. And so that was like a catalyst to make her actually work harder, and she actually did. And so she was actually studying, and the end all result basically is that she ended up getting a bad grade. It was still pretty bad, but Togashi did pretty bad himself. Togashi got like a 62, while Rika got like a 52. So she's like, oh, it wasn't good. But the good thing about this, the great thing actually about this, is that her class averaged 50%. So apparently there's all dumb butts up in that class right there that couldn't really do the math. So luckily she just passed the percentage to, you know, for the class average, and yet so the freaking group is still there. Everything's all happy go lucky, yay! And so at the end of the episode, we ended up seeing Rika and Togashi, they're walking home and stuff like that. And so he ends up actually giving her a name for her email address thingy, and he actually goes into Thabreakmaster, and he's like, I define you a name for yourself. And I'm like, all right. Like he got into it. Stuff. I'm like, okay. I was just very interested. He just did that. I was like, all right. And then it's a nice moment too. It was just a nice moment. And so her thing is called Black Horizon Detra, you know, and yeah, that's it. She's like, yeah, she couldn't even say thanks. Like, she just ran away because she enjoyed it. She really liked it. She texted him thanks, and then she turned around looking cute and stuff. Rika was pretty cute in this episode as well. As I was like, I don't know, I'm really pulling for Togashi X Rika now. You know, I'm feeling that way right now. I'm feeling that way. Like when it comes to couples, you know, Nibatani, get out the way. You know, I don't know. It's good. I said this is a good episode. It just. I want to get into more of Rika's little personality. Oh yeah, Toka was actually at freaking what's his name, Togashi's house, because she was like, I didn't want to disturb you guys from studying, so I just went over here to your house and stuff. And they were playing like realistic house, like Togashi's little sister. They're playing like some realistic house and stuff like that. I'm like, what the heck? Like they divorced each other, and then again, Toka's like, oh, I want to see my kids at least every month, and she's like, yeah. I was like, what? I was like, what is going on? I was like, oh, like, I don't even know what to say. I was just surprised. Like, what's wrong? What kind of game is it? Like, it's too realistic. Don't do that. So like I said, there's a lot of good moments in this episode, though. Like I said, it was really funny. I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed this show. I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing more. Can't wait for the next episode. I'm gonna go watch the light episodes because I found light episodes on the site, and I was like, oh yeah. So I'm gonna start watching that too. So yeah, leave your comments below and tell me what you think of this episode, and what's your favorite moment of the episode as well. What kind of pairings are you looking for so far when it comes to like the relationship stuff? Like, you guys trying to do some pairings? Rika X Togashi, well, Rika freaking, I don't know. Just tell me. like this review. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more Chuunibyou Demo Koi ga Shitai reviews from me. So yeah, it's been Thabreakmaster, and until then, break out.